Hot mic, hot mic.
It'll take 40 seconds for it to get caught up.
That's fine. I'm gonna give you another minute.
I can just point my finger to you. Finger like that.
I like that.
You want them clickers.
Take me back to the time where I had the little egg timer.
Okay. Here we go.
Don't
You're
do
on.
it till he dies, I guess.
Let's call our meeting to order. All rise. Let us pray. Gracious God, we come today, Father, just thanking you for all that you do for each of us. Lord, I thank you for the city council, what they mean to not only me, but our team and this entire city, Father. For those that are here tonight and those that are watching at home, Lord, I just pray that we explain the business of the city in a fashion that would be pleasing to you, Lord. For fire, police, ambulance, and EMS, Lord, I just thank you for the job they do for us. Father, I pray for the families that have lost loved ones these past few weeks, Lord, and I do thank you for life, Father. I thank you for the birth of our new grandson, Callum Robert, and I just pray, God, that you be with he and his mama as we get them home safe. Be with us now. We ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To everyone watching at home, thank you for being with us. For those of you that are here tonight, thank you. It's good to have you also. Ms. Miller, would you please call the roll?
David Sisson.
Here.
Lori Story.
Here.
Tia Wesson.
Here.
Bo Pettit.
Here.
Wayne Simpson.
Here.
Jean Marie Whitehead. Here. Steve Nipper.
Here.
And James Jefferson.
Here.
Minutes from our regular meeting of July the 28th are in your packet. Trust you've had time to look over those. If there's no additions or corrections to the minutes, I'll entertain a motion when you're ready.
So moved. Second.
Motion from Mr. Jefferson, second from Mr. Simpson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Minutes from a special meeting of August the 11th were also in the packet. I'll give you a minute to look at those. If there's no additions or corrections, we'll approve those with a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion from Miss Whitehead, second from Ms. Wesson. It's a day, y'all. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. We're going to pull item number 1 till next month. Let's move in old business to item number 2. Establish restriction regulation of vacant buildings. We talked about this for the past few months. We read this ordinance last month in its entirety. Could I get a motion to put it on title only for the second reading, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion for Mr. Jefferson, second for Mr. Pettit by title only. Ms. Miller, when you're ready.
Call the roll.
Call the roll.
Are we supposed to-
Yes, let's call the roll.
David Sisson.
Yes.
Lori Story.
Yes.
Tia Wesson.
Yes.
Bo Pettit.
Yes.
Wayne Simpson.
Yes.
Jean Marie Whitehead.
Yes.
Steve Nipper.
Yes.
And James Jefferson.
Yes.
An ordinance establishing a vacant building registration program for the identification and regulation of vacant buildings in the city, amending Chapter 13 of the Magnolia Code to add an Article 4 for such purpose and for other purposes.
Mr. Simpson, you had any calls? Has any member of the council had a call regarding this?
I had a couple of conversations in passing, and then
Okay.
Ms. Whitehead had given me a few questions to answer, but other than that, everything seemed positive so far.
Because this is not, for those of you watching at home, this is not dilapidated, unsightly structures. These are very viable, usable buildings that you leave vacant for whatever reason. I know a question was put to me this morning. I guess it would be the old Peace Shopping Center up North Jackson, Mitchell Paint, Serenity, Quantum. There's some buildings up that way that are empty, and that's the kind of buildings that we're talking about. Just wanted to make sure those at home understand what we're talking about. Any questions or comments from the council regarding this? Hearing none, let's move to the third item of old business, amending business license regulations. We read this one last month in its entirety. If I could get a motion in a second to put it on title only for its second reading, please.
So moved.
Second.
So motion from Ms. Wesson, second from Mr. Sisson. Call the roll, please.
David Sisson,
Yes.
Lori Story,
Yes.
Tia Wesson,
Yes.
Bo Pettit,
Yes.
Wayne Simpson,
Yes.
Jeannie Marie Whitehead,
Yes.
Steve Nipper,
Yes.
James Jefferson.
Yes.
An ordinance amending Article 2 of Chapter 10 of the Magnolia Code to modernize business regulations, repealing any ordinance or parts of the Magnolia Code in conflict therewith and for other purposes.
For the public at home that are watching business license, those funds go to pay fire and police, the very people that take care of and help you with your business, protect it. And just from time to time, the cost of doing business, we see that go up. So we're taking a look at that. This is the second reading. If you have questions, the business owners, reach out to the council. Feel free to call me. Happy to answer any questions, or city treasurer. Council, do you guys have any questions or comments about this ordinance? Okay, hearing none. Let's move to item number 4, amending regulations for work in public rights of way. We heard this last month in its entirety. I hope you've taken time to look over this. This is a problem in our city, and I'll go back, it's mainly boring crews. They show up, they go to work, we don't know they're here till they hit something. Would like to have a motion to put it on its second reading by title only, and discussion afterwards, please.
I make a motion.
Second.
So motion and a second to put it on its second reading by title only. Would you call the roll, Ms. Miller?
David Sisson.
Yes.
Lori Story.
Yes.
Tia Wesson.
Yes.
Bo Pettit,
Yes.
Wayne Simpson,
Yes.
Jeannie Marie Whitehead,
Yes.
Steve Nipper,
Yes.
and James Jefferson.
Yes.
Do these companies not have to say, hey, Mayor, we're in town? They don't have to get permission?
When we get through tonight, they're gonna have to.
Well, I understand that, but
No.
I mean, that's kind of not very nice for them to do that.
Let's get a reading and we'll talk.
An ordinance amending Article 2 of Chapter 19 of the Magnolia Code to provide for the regulation of cuts, excavation, and other work in public right-of-way, increasing permit fees related to such work, repealing ordinances or parts of the Magnolia Code in conflict therewith, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
If I can piggyback on you, Mr. Nipper, what we have is when we sell our right-of-way and take a franchise fee from Summit Gas, Entergy, AT&T, Optimum, whoever we might take a check from, we're all in that ditch together, and they feel that I assume, I'm not going to assume, they feel it unnecessary to contact us, and so when the gas company comes to work, they call a bore crew in and they go to work. Tonight, I hope that we'll pass this ordinance, and now our city inspector will reach out to all of us that live in that ditch, and we'll have a copy of that ordinance that says you reach out to his office in the city before you come to town and bore. The problem is, I'll pick on Mr. Sisson for a minute. Bore crew shows up in his neighborhood, they bore through his sewer service line. He has no idea. A year later, house backs up, problems arise, they're gone. He's got a problem. Well, he's calling wanting the city to pay, but the city knew nothing about it because it was not the city that was boring, it was one of the other people living in the ditch with us. We're just trying to get it where we're notified and we know you're there, we don't just drive up on it. So,
Good.
do you guys have anything to add to that?
So say when we're notified, does somebody keep a record of that? Just
Yep, city inspector will. And in there, Whitney, do you remember, didn't we dig into this a little bit where we've got a year, maybe 2 to go back on the person, company?
I thought it was 3 to 5. It's in the ordinance.
That's what I
Jennifer?
thought.
Yes, it's they have to do a bond, and then they have to guarantee their work. Boring activities, 60 months guarantee, all other work, 24-month guarantee.
Good.
And we wouldn't be here tonight if, 1, they did call us, and 2, Russell Thomas, our old wastewater superintendent, was a classic. He would tell them, I'm at 3 foot, go below. It must be hard to go below because they always went 3 or above and they'd hit everything in town, not just us. So, anybody have anything to add to that? Or
The situation that, I talked to you about, the person that was going up to one of our people out in our edition was asking questions and said they were contracted from the city, and you and I knew nothing about it.
Right.
I guess this will take care of that.
This will not stop people from putting up yard signs, knocking on doors, trying to sell an extended warranty on water and sewer lines, if you will, and I think that's what that green sign was kind of leaning to. This was on, and the Hollingsworth family, forgive me if it's not you, but Bud Hollingsworth owns property adjacent to the Walmart Drive just past Chicken Express and Adonni's. There was a sign that Mr. Sisson had called me about pertaining to, and someone had knocked on a resident just down the street trying to sell like an extended warranty on water sewer. We have a door-to-door ordinance that I wish we had gotten rid of years ago, because our folks in Magnolia City are not fans of door-to-door salespeople. But every time I think about it, it's a year later and here we are again. That's where that one would come in, is no door-to-door. Because this gentleman that Mr. Sisson's talking about is reserve deputy with a car in the front yard, and they still knocked on his door. I see this as important, and this is critical to our city. We've had the second reading by title only. If I could get a motion to put it on its third and final reading by title only tonight, I think our city would
So
appreciate
moved.
this.
Second.
First from Mr. Nipper, second from Mr. Simpson. If you call the roll.
David Sisson,
Yes.
Lori Story.
Yes.
Tia Wesson.
Yes.
Bo Pettit,
Yes.
Wayne Simpson.
Yes.
Jeannie Marie Whitehead.
Yes.
Steve Nipper.
Yes.
And James Jefferson.
Yes.
An ordinance amending Article 2 of Chapter 19 of the Magnolia Code to provide for the regulation of cuts, excavation, and other work in public right-of-way, increasing permit fees related to such work, repealing ordinances or parts of the Magnolia Code in conflict therewith, declaring an emergency, and for other purposes. That's
That's the third final reading by title only. Does anybody have anything at this time? Comments, questions? We good? Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Make a motion to adopt the ordinance as is.
Second.
It's a motion from Mr. Simpson, second from Mr. Pettit. You call the roll, please.
David Sisson,
Yes.
Lori Story.
Yes.
Tia Wesson.
Yes.
Bo Pettit,
Yes.
Wayne Simpson,
Yes.
Jeannie Marie Whitehead,
Yes.
Steve Nipper.
Yes.
And James Jefferson.
Yes.
Thank you all. Ms. Miller, if you'll help me remember when Mr. Nelson's back in town, let's get this in front of him so he's aware of it.
Mr. Mayor.
Ma'am.
If there is, this is drafted with an emergency clause
Oh, good.
in it so that it could go into effect immediately.
Woo-hoo.
But to implement that, we need action from the council specifically.
Let's do that. There's some new faces. I don't know that we've done an emergency clause with some of y'all, but what I'm about to ask you is a motion to adopt the emergency clause. And if that passes, this becomes law immediately. So tomorrow, the world changes for folks digging. So is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
First from Mr. Jefferson, second from Ms. Wesson. Ms. Meter, call the roll, please.
David Sisson,
Yes.
Lori Story.
Yes.
Tia Wesson.
Yes.
Bo Pettit,
Yes.
Wayne Simpson.
Yes.
Jeannie Marie Whitehead,
Yes.
Steve Nipper.
Yes.
James Jefferson.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you, Counselor. Let's move to new business. We have an appointment, Ms. Stephanie Manning. I think there's some bio in your packet as a wastewater commissioner. She would join Mr. Jeff Penner. Mr. Penner spoke very highly of Ms. Manning, said she would be a good person to work with on our wastewater. And I would ask that you would appoint Ms. Stephanie Manning to the Wastewater Commission tonight.
Make a
So
motion.
moved. Okay.
I'll take a motion from Ms. Whitehead, a second from Ms. Wesson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Mr. Sisson, quarterly report for the club.
Okay, I know we don't necessarily look at success just from wins and losses, but a little bit about what's going on with the boys club. These teams all won state championships. The AU softball, the 10U softball, the AU boys, the 10U boys, and the 12U boys. And the T-ball team finished runner-up in the state. The 8U softball, 10U softball competed in a World Series in, I think it's Tioga, Louisiana.
Tioga.
How do you say that?
Tioga.
Tioga, Louisiana. Both won the team sportsmanship trophies. The 8U boys competed in the World Series in North Carolina. They finished 6 out of 12. The 10U boys and 12U boys competed in the World Series in Lexington, South Carolina. Jumping into the after-school program that we talked about earlier last time, they have started it. They have 120 youth coming after school. They actually have a waiting list of 20 kids. They've had tryouts for the NFL flag football, which has over 100 kids in it. Volleyball has over 80 girls in it as well. They're still in the process of construction of their new building. They've done soil samples, and that's getting ready to roll. Need to give a big thank you to Chris Ludwig for his successful operation that he's running. And a big thank you to all the coaches that are working out there. The standard that they have got set for the coaches, there's accountability, there's discipline, there's a lot of things that I wish a lot of places would look at and kind of model. But these guys are doing a great job, and they're really representing our town well.
Good.
Good report. Any questions of Mr. Simpson? Simpson. I tell you what, it's been a day. I should ate lunch. That's what I didn't do. Let's go to item number 3, is a resolution condemnation of nuisance property at 320 East Ross.
A resolution declaring a certain structure at 320 East Ross Street, Magnolia, Arkansas, to be a nuisance, condemning said structure and ordering rehabilitation or removal thereof, authorizing removal by the city and for other related purposes. Whereas a certain vacant structure located at 320 East Ross Street, Magnolia, Columbia County, Arkansas, is unsightly, in extreme state of disrepair, unsafe, and not fit for human habitation in violation of Section 13-32 of the Magnolia Code. And whereas such structure constitutes a danger or threat to the health, safety, and the public welfare. And whereas pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1456-203 and Article 3 of Chapter 13 of the Magnolia Code, the City Council is authorized to remove or order the removal of buildings that have become dilapidated, unsightly, unsafe, unsanitary, obnoxious, or detrimental to the public welfare. And whereas the City Council should take action to condemn the structure described herein as a nuisance, require the owner thereof to rehabilitate or remove such structure, and authorize the city to remove such structure and enforce a lien against the property for removal costs should the property owner fail to comply. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Magnolia, Arkansas, in regular session assembled, that the recitals and findings in the preamble are hereby incorporated and made a part of this resolution. Notice was provided to the property owner and lien holder, if any, as required by Section 13-33 of the Magnolia Code and applicable state law. For the reasons described herein and pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1456-203 and Article 3 of Chapter 13 of the Magnolia Code, the structure located on the following described real property in the city of Magnolia, Arkansas, is hereby declared to constitute a nuisance and should be and is hereby condemned. Property address is 320 East Ross, Magnolia, Arkansas. Property owner is Green Bites LLC, 204 Donovan Drive, Apartment K in Buffalo, New York. The owner of the property described herein is hereby ordered to rehabilitate to applicable building code standards or raise and remove the condemned structure within 30 days of the posting of this resolution on such structure. The property owner shall be liable for all costs and expenses of nuisance abatement occurring upon property. In the event the property owner fails or refuses to abate the nuisance as ordered within 30 days of the posting of this resolution on the structure, the mayor or his designee is directed to proceed at once to raise and remove the condemned structure and is authorized to enter upon the property where the structure is located and to take all actions necessary to abate the nuisance thereon and thereafter to charge the property owner for the cost incurred therefore. including administrative and collection costs, removal costs, and to collect such removal costs via lien and/or legal proceedings as provided in Chapter 13 of the Magnolia Code and applicable state law. Should the city be required to remove the condemned structure, then the mayor or his designee shall prepare an itemized statement of removal costs plus any fine imposed, and the city may salvage and sell the structures or materials removed as provided in Section 13-36 of the Magnolia Code and apply the sales proceeds as provided in Section 13-37 of the Magnolia Code. Where the sale proceeds are not sufficient to cover the removal costs plus fines imposed, the property owner shall pay the city the remaining balance 45 days after receipt of the city council's confirmation of removal costs. The city attorney is hereby authorized to institute such proceedings as may be necessary to facilitate abatement of the nuisances and to enforce the provisions of this resolution. Specifically, the city attorney is authorized to obtain and enforce a lien on the property and to collect the amount owed as provided by Arkansas Code annotated 1454-903. A copy of this resolution shall be conspicuously posted immediately upon the condemned structures. In addition, a copy of this resolution shall be provided to the property owners by certified mail, return receipt requested, or by personal service upon a natural person in Arkansas, as provided in Arkansas R. Civ P4F1.
Counselor, can we add the 204 Peggy and its owner to this and not read that, which is the same thing we just heard?
They need to be separate vote, but if the council so chooses, when 204 Peggy comes, the resolution related to 204 Peggy, there can be a motion and vote to consider that by title only.
All right. We've heard the reading on 320 East Ross Street. Council, y'all have any questions? Just it's housekeeping that we do. Mr. Jefferson, if you had time to go by there and look at this one.
I did.
Okay. Is it everything it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I just hadn't been by. I figured you were in the neighborhood. That's a resolution. All in favor for moving forward at 320 East Ross, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Is there a motion to treat item number 4's condemnation as a title only 204 Peggy Street?
Make a motion that we treat it the same.
A second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ms. Smoother, when you have time, if you'll just give us the information ownership of 204 Peggy.
204 Peggy Street, Magnolia, Arkansas is owned by Robert Neal Cheatham, Linda K. Cheatham at 1601 Marcella, Magnolia, Arkansas.
Any questions? This is a resolution. All in favor to condemn 204 Peggy Street, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item number 5, resolution to apply for a water meter grant.
A resolution designated and authorizing the mayor and recorder/treasurer of the Magnolia system to execute certain documents in connection with funding administered by the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. Whereas the city of Magnolia, Arkansas owns and operates a water and sewer system, the system, in order to provide water and sewer services to meet the needs of the city and its inhabitants. And whereas the city council has determined that it is in the best interest of the city and its inhabitants to apply for assistance from the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission, the ANRC, in order to make certain improvements to the system. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Magnolia, Arkansas, that the mayor of the city, as a signatory agent of the successor of said agent, is hereby authorized and directed to make application for assistance administered by the ANRC and to execute, when approved by the City Council, a bond purchase agreement and instruments issued or made pursuant thereto on behalf of the city from time to time. That the recorder or treasurer of the system, as a signatory agent or the successor of said agent, is hereby authorized to execute for and on behalf of the city all other documents and certificates required.
Heard the resolution. This is a grant that we'll apply for. Any questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Spoke with Jerry Lewis this morning. We milled this first phase, 11.7 miles. That means we ground the street up. We are selling that. Thus far, he says he's paved about 8.3. The paving, for those of you at home, is a 3 to 5 year project. If you live on a dedicated city street inside this city, and it was not touched in our last paving project, I think it was, 5-7 years ago? Anybody in the room remember? We will look at you. Everyone will get a look. Everyone's going to see some paving. We're 3 to 5 years, folks. Everybody, I mean, I'm glad I'm getting calls. I've never gotten calls in 15 years. My phone's ringing. When are you coming to my neighborhood? Be patient, folks. We're coming. I do know that in this cycle that we'll be on Hillsdale, Johnson, Kennedy, and Hightower. Be sure that word gets over there. We're coming to Hightower. Everything that was milled is getting paved first. If it's curb and gutter, it got milled. We have a number of streets in all the wards that are not curb and gutter, the concrete sides. If not, we're just going to pave those. We'll overlay. We won't mill those streets. We'll overlay them. So there's quite a bit of paving left to do this year. Our plans are to pave up to December when we feel like ground's too cold. We'll start back to work mid-April, probably be back paving in May. And that's what we'll do for the next 4 years. So everybody be patient, we're coming. Water treatment's work has started. We were redoing the filter media at the treatment plant. There's 4 different medias in the plant. 2 of those 4 have not been touched since they were put in 8 years ago. For those of you that are home, when you raise the lid on your coffee pot after it's made coffee and you see those grounds sitting in that filter, that's what this looks like. But it's big. Feel free to go by. Braden and his team be happy for you to look at what we're doing, especially you council members. Spoke to Tracy Love today, wastewater superintendent. Things are going good at her place. Her work has not started as of yet. I'm going to reach out to Andy between now and when we meet next month and just get an update on where we're at and what we're doing. So that's a little bit about what's going on in the city. Anybody have anything from the council that needs to come before you at this time? Mr. Nipper.
Are we satisfied with what Bascom Jones has done so far?
I would say yes. They were taking up the slab this morning when I went by. They did cut the steel away from the building that couldn't come down, which I wasn't expecting. So I would say yes. What do you think? You drive by it every day.
Definitely an improvement.
Yes. Okay. And I'm glad it worked out for us. So I would say yes. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you all.